Now, an 8 on Your Side investigation, pulling the pledge.
Advisory councils at 3 Hillsborough Community College campuses voted to ditch the Pledge of Allegiance at their meetings. Why? Meeting minutes obtained by 8 on Your Side claim the pledge made some institutional advisory council members uncomfortable.
Senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews broke this story. And Steve, this is not a question about requiring people to say the pledge.
No, not at all. I mean, this is a free country. Nobody has to say anything. But this other stuff about the Pledge of Allegiance making people uncomfortable or violating academic freedoms, well, even the students aren't buying that. This student, Brad Richland, the guy smiling on HCC billboards and ads, proclaiming it's good to be me, is not smiling about a decision by the college's Institutional Advisory Committee to dump the Pledge of Allegiance before its meetings on certain campuses.
I'm concerned that we've trivialized the Pledge of Allegiance.
Preliminary minutes of the IAC's September meeting when that decision was made state some members expressed views that the pledge made some people uncomfortable and that it violated their beliefs in academic freedom.
Well, I'd like to know who paid the price for that academic freedom, and what was that price. To me, as a veteran, that price was blood.
According to HCC spokesperson Ashley Carl, the IAC looks at workplace issues, community building within the college, and morale building. Is this a morale builder?
I do not think so. We are a taxpayer-funded institution. You sign a loyalty oath when you come to work at HCC. Every employee signs it. We don't support the decision that was made.
I talked to some students here at the HCC Ybor campus, and the IAC doesn't seem to speak for them.
Doesn't make me feel uncomfortable.
Like, to me, like, the Pledge of Allegiance shows respect to the history of America, you know?
And I don't feel like it violates academic freedoms.
The subject also generated quite a conversation on WFLA.com. From Alan B., the men and women of our military defend our freedom. Requiring people to say a pledge disrespects the very freedom they fight for. From Phil, you can just stand there. No one is forcing you to say it. Terry Thompson Markley wrote, well, from my point of view, if the pledge to the American flag is inappropriate, then so are tax credits, Pell Grants, or any other form of government aid or assistance. Now, I did hear from the chair of the IAC late today. Her 2-page explanation boils down to the pledge was removed through a democratic process, and the terms academic freedom and structured dissent against authority mentioned in the preliminary minutes were never mentioned at that meeting. Now, I did discuss this with a faculty member yesterday who said, yep, those items were discussed.
Interesting. Well, what happens next?
Well, at this point, a new accounting of what happened at that meeting will be written and then eventually be made public.
Well, maybe the president should start attending some of those meetings.
Well, you know, the president of the college, my understanding, he is going to be at the next one, and we'll be discussing this issue.
Well, we'll look forward to that report. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.